Expectations are riding high as the NNJIL season enters the stretch run. The league-leading Lions of Leonia control their own destiny, but Coach Herb Turkington's Nine will face their stiffest test of the remainder of their schedule this week when they square off against Teaneck. Coach Charlie Knapp's Nine are just about the hottest combination in the county right now. They haven't lost since Ray Mersch took the defeat against Cliffside Park in early May. The Highwaymen had a non-league game against Bogota over the weekend, and Knapp tried Mersch once again to face the Bucks and save Jim Sloan for the showdown with Leonia. Mersch responded nicely in a 4-1 victory, yielding only 6 hits, and the Highwaymen hit Bogota starter Al Noriega hard, with every starter but Tony Capasso collecting a hit, including a 3-for-3 performance from catcher Ant Cordero. Sloan got a breather after 6 straight victories and can make or break Teaneck's bid to topple the Lions and take over first place. There is little doubt that Leonia has the better balanced ball club, with perhaps the finest defensive infield the school has ever produced, and the emergence of center fielder Les Fletcher, becoming one of the league's premier outfielders. Fletcher, by the way, did a little record-breaking of his own in front of 2,500 fans on the Englewood track on Saturday, with the 27th edition of the Princeton Invitational, featuring 12 Bergen County schools and 173 track and field participants in one of the sports calendar's most anticipated events. Back on the ball field, Leonia has 2 hurlers, and with another game against Cliffside Park this week and the season finale against Rutherford, the only game left on the schedule, Coach Herb Turkington will throw Dutch Hilderhoff against the Highwaymen and use Rudy Jaeger against the Parkers. As a result of the rainout against Hackensack, Teaneck has 4 games left on the schedule. After Leonia, they will still face Englewood and Ridgefield Park before learning if the makeup game against Hackensack will have any bearing in the league race. Knapp will have little choice but to send Sloan to the hill in each remaining game if he expects Teaneck to contend for the title. As action gets underway, it's Englewood who is finally displaying the form that made them the preseason favorite to repeat as league champs. After a 16-1 rout of Ridgefield Park, the Maroon blasted the Bulldogs of Rutherford 8-0 behind a 4-hit, 10-strikeout performance from Steve Biankowski. Ivan Harper's grand slam would be all the Maroon would need to give Biankowski his 5th win. Hackensack took care of business as well, roughing up Ridgefield Park's Al Deuce in a 10-3 win. Howie Washburn threw 1 hit ball for 5 innings. The Parkers touched up Bob Schumann for 3 runs in relief, but Diz Chisbani came on to put an end to the rally and put the game in the win column for the Comets. The marquee matchup of the week saw Teaneck travel to Leonia to take on the first-place Lions. The game was tight as expected and wasn't decided until the late innings. Coach Charlie Knapp knows that even if the stellar pitching of Sloan can hold up the rest of the way, his ball club does not produce many runs with the bats when they step in the box and face the league's best flingers. Teaneck will have to play smart baseball to be successful down the stretch. Against Leonia, it was small ball all day, with Tony Capasso beating out 3 bunts and 4 trips for base hits. The Highwaymen used sacrifice bunts 3 times to advance runners, and even scored on a squeeze play in the 4th. Teaneck jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the 1st and held a 4-3 lead heading into the 6th. That's when 3 errors by the Lions' vaunted defense allowed 2 Teaneck runs to score and gave Big Jim Sloan a 6-3 cushion heading into the final inning. As the Lions came up for their final at-bat, they did not plan to go quietly. Bob Wiseman singled and came home when Butch Zimmerman dropped a towering fly to center, which should have been the 2nd out. Sloan was not fazed and proceeded to get Leonia's best hitter, George Sloat, on a grounder to second baseman Johnny Mangini, and then struck out right fielder Dick Owen to seal the 6-4 victory. It was Sloan's 101st strikeout on the season and Teaneck's 6th straight an 8th league win, all credited to Sloan. In fact, the big right-hander hasn't lost since April 24th, when he was cruising to a complete game shutout and then gave up 2 runs in the final inning of a 2-1 loss to Hackensack. The victory puts Coach Charlie Knapp's squad in the driver's seat for the league title, and a Friday showdown against Englewood and all-county pitcher Steve Biankowski will stand in the way of Sloan and the Teaneck Nine's 7th straight win.